Happy Friday to everybody. Remember, the NFL schedule for the 49ers, at least this week, is a little bit different because they play on Monday night. So it's Thursday as far as game prep goes, Friday as far as your drinking plans go this weekend. So welcome in. I'm about to head down to the facility and I'm going to talk to you about the biggest 49ers key against the Rams. And it's one that nobody is really talking about because everybody is so focused on the 49ers offensive struggles, Garoppolo, Shanahan, all this and all that. But let me tell you what, the Rams also are struggling on the offensive side of the football right now. They might have been a bit better the past couple of weeks, but the last time they faced a really good defense, that was Buffalo in week one. The Rams were a complete disaster. On the left side, their new left tackle, Joe Noteboom, just got mauled. 8 pressures given up. Von Miller beat him to the quarterback for a couple sacks. Matt Stafford threw 3 picks. The Rams have lost some efficiency on both sides of the ball because they've lost Andrew Whitworth, their starting left tackle. He retired, and they lost Von Miller, who's one of the NFL's best pass rushers. He's now on Buffalo. And in week one, it was a matter of subtraction by addition for Buffalo, right? I mean, the Rams subtracted, Buffalo added Von Miller, and Miller beat Joe Noteboom. So if you look at team efficiency right now in the NFL, everybody's wringing their hands about the 49ers. You want to be up and to the right of this graph right here. Well, look at where both the Rams and the 49ers are. For the 49ers, obviously their offense hasn't been good, so they're further over to the left. The defense has been good, so they're up here. But the Rams, they're down in this cluster over here with a below average offense and just a very average defense. So I think that they're feeling the loss of Von Miller. They're obviously feeling the loss of Odell Beckham Jr. They're having to play one of their top 3 receivers right now, Ben Skoranek, at fullback because they are so much less dynamic. They're obviously trying to open up some running lanes for Cam Akers, but it hasn't been good offensively. And without Miller, it hasn't been great defensively. For perspective, both the 49ers and the Rams were over here last year, and they still have time to get there. But I just want to point out that this Rams team has related issues to what this 49ers team is facing against this in this game. So for that reason, the biggest key for the 49ers in this one, I think, lies on the opposite side of the ball than what everybody is talking about. And that is the 49ers defense against the Rams offense. That's what I wrote about this morning up on The Athletic. I'm going to take this article, copy and paste the link, and put it into the chat section. But, I talked yesterday in the locker room with about 5 49ers defenders. And, the common theme entering all the conversations was, oh, you guys are coming off a good game against Denver. But each time there was a little bit of pushback. There was some disagreement, and they didn't think that it was a great game against Denver. So the public thought that the 49ers played a good game against Denver. I think statistics would seem to agree, right? They forced the Broncos and Russell Wilson into 9 3-and-outs. But you have to understand that this 49ers defense does not measure its success that way. This 49ers defense measures its success via wins and via takeaways. And takeaways are very correlated to wins. If you don't have takeaways, they're very correlated to losses. And the 49ers didn't generate any takeaways against Denver. Meanwhile, the Broncos defense essentially generated 4 takeaways against the 49ers. So Denver had 70 plays. The 49ers had 52 plays. You don't need to be a math major to realize that you have more chance to do damage with 70 plays than 52. And the reason that the Broncos had that many more plays than the 49ers is because of the takeaways. And the 49ers missed their chance on the opposite end to grab some of their own. Russell Wilson hopped on that one fumble. The 49ers had a couple other close opportunities at interceptions off deflections, but they didn't get them. So if you talk to Fred Warner, you talk to Dre Greenlaw, you talk to anybody on this defense, they'll say it's all about the ball. We need to get more takeaways. Now, last year against the Rams, the 49ers notched 2 interceptions, both from Jimmy Ward, who won't play this week, in the first quarter of the Week 10 game. They won 31-10. The other 2 games were even in the turnover battle, but the team that delivered the takeaways at the more opportune times won, right? Ambry Thomas, walk-off interception. Rams, walk-off interception in the conference championship game. So I think that in a game where both offenses are entering sputtering, I mean, there are question marks at both left tackle spots, both offensive lines are going to have to scheme around, I think, better pass rushes than the O-lines, and I think the 49ers have a better pass rush than the Rams. I think in this situation, especially with both quarterbacks having been prone to throw some interceptions in Garoppolo and Stafford, it's the team, it's the defense that's able to generate takeaways that's going to be in control of this arm wrestling match. And the 49ers did generate takeaways in week 1 at Chicago and in week 2 against Seattle, but they didn't do it against Denver in week 3. And across the board, this is an elite 49ers defense, except for one category. And to them, it might be the most important category, and that's generating takeaways. So go ahead and check out the article. That's what I wrote about. Talk to Fred Warner, talk to Deommodore Lenoir, who'll be starting at that nickelback spot against Cooper Kupp. I think it's as simple as the 49ers rushing the hell out of the passer, forcing Stafford into errors, and having the defense dictate things. This is a defense that does not like the excuses that come with, oh, the offense could have played better. They're on the field too much. The 49ers organizationally, philosophically want to dictate things defensively. That means that reasons outside of their control don't matter to them. They would like to play well enough and dominantly enough to lead the way regardless of what happens in those outside circumstances. Is that occasionally unrealistic? Yes, I guess it is. They did lose to Denver, even though they played generally well. But the 49ers defense still thought that it left something out on the field by not generating those takeaways. Stafford has 5 interceptions this year, and we'll see if the 49ers can get on that turnover train, because if they do, I do think that they'll win. All right, check out the article, subscribe to The Athletic. It is in the comment section, and it is in the chat section. I'm headed down to the facility. Everybody have a great Friday. I'm going to post a nice little food dish here, too, in a little bit that I had last night. So go ahead and check out the Twitter at Lombardi himself. Everybody take care. Have a great weekend. We'll be back with you several more times before the 49ers and the Rams play on Monday night.